All right, what we're going to talk about today is how to take your back back. And I got a lot of questions about basic exercises for the back, so I'm going to run through some simple stuff, some do's and don'ts. And these are exercises almost everybody should be able to do. So the first one we're going to start out with is he's laying on his back right here. We just want him to tighten up his stomach. And if you're doing this yourself, it's not just the six-pack we want tightened, it's off to the side. It's called the obliques. So he can put his fingers in there if he wants to, and hold that to just make sure he's tightening them. The ways to get that to tighten are to just, some people have no control over their core, which is one reason why they have back pain. But we want them to tighten this up. Sometimes we'll just take a 5-pound weight and put it there. That helps you tighten it. The instructions we'll give people to try and get them to tighten it are laugh. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Laughing always makes you tighten up. The other one is a pirate. Arg! Let me hear a big yell out, arg. Arg always tightens you up. So if you're having trouble getting control, arg. Arg. Squint one eye and that helps. So that'll tighten that up. Now we want to start him with holding that tight while he's doing motion. So both arms up in the air. This is the first of the exercises. There's tightening, and then he's going to go like windshield wipers. He's going to go opposite directions like that. So he's going to count, do maybe 30, 1, 2, 3, while he's holding tight. The whole thing is we're teaching him to keep his abs tight while he's moving his arms. Let's just say that's 30. So you get that one done. The next thing we want to do is get him to use his legs while keeping his ab tight. So arg, tighten up again on that one. And then he's just going to do mini steps. He doesn't have to lift it high, just a little bit like that. So probably 30 of those, and we're just getting used to the ab sets in there, the holding. And while he's just doing a couple more, I'll say just don't do sit-ups. Sit-ups are horrible for your back. If you're very young and healthy, you can do them. But if you have any kind of a back trouble, I'd advise against doing any kind of those. Okay, now, we're going to combine those first two exercises. This is a third exercise, arms in the air. And what he's going to do is he's going to come together on one side and apart on the other. Same time keeping it tight. So he's going to alternate now together and apart. This is called the dying bug often in physical therapy, and you can see why. If we had a big spray can, he would look like a dying bug. So he's doing that. Now, if you say, well, Steve, these are way too easy for me. I really want to build my stomach up. I want to get that six-pack. Then what you do is you can take some weights, put the cuff weights on your wrist, put the cuff weights on your ankles. Go ahead, roll again. And what's going to make it really hard for the lower abdominals, which are ones that people have trouble working a lot, is if you start in this position. Start with both feet up. Now bring this one together. Now see, he's not putting his foot down at all. That'll work the lower abdominals really well. Just don't arch your back. You have to keep your back flat while you do that. So that's the advanced dying bug. Okay? Now, all those first three are done with the abdomen tight. Now we're going to start some mobility exercise to get a little bit of motion in your back. The first one's called the mini roll. So what he's going to do is he's going to go a little bit side to side like that. It should just be to comfort, never to pain. Some of you folks who are stiffer and older have had a back fusion, you really don't want to twist that much. So take it easy with that. When you start, I don't care if you can only go an inch or two either way, or even a half inch. Just do what you're comfortable with. You want to really take it easy with that. Now, you younger, more flexible folks, if you really need to get some mobility in there, let me see you do full rolls. See how far over he's getting? Some people will say, Steve, I can easily go over. That doesn't stretch me at all. So here's the more advanced version. Go ahead and lift your butt in the air. Good. And I'm going to put a pillow under him like that. Now watch what happens. When he comes over, he rolls off the pillow. The rolling off the pillow forces his hips over further and further, and he can keep one foot on top of the other. You can go a couple of pillows and really roll that bad boy. So there's some good mobility there. Okay, go ahead up. Next exercise we want to show is basically we're starting to work. People think core. They think about this. They think about their back muscles. But what about the bottom? If this is a cylinder, what about the bottom part of the cylinder, your pelvic muscles? And the biggest error people make with their back is they don't work those pelvis and hip muscles. The hip muscles are connected to your back muscles, and in order to lift correctly, you really have to use your hips. If you paid attention last week, you'd know that, or last month. Here we go. So this is what's going to happen. I'm going to tie this red band. You get their band in different colors. It goes around his legs like that. Now I'm going to put one in front and one in back, so when he pulls apart, they stay they don't really slide all the way down. If I had it like here, when he goes apart, it just slides way down. So you have one here, you have one there. Good idea to have pants on because it will pull the tiny hairs. Now he's going to do 3 sets of 15 on that. I want him to go as wide as he can. I want him to really come wide on that. Now if this is too easy, you can use a different TheraBand that puts more stress on it. So he's going to do 3 sets of 15 on that. Now we'll show you the last of this basic series. Up here, there you go. Now he's going to go into a sitting position and sit up good and tall. You want your weight on those butt bones like that, and then he's going to bring his feet apart. All right. Now some people are going to have trouble with that. You may find you have to be apart. The main thing is you don't want to be doing the Charleston where your knees are coming out like that and that's all you're doing. You want the rotation there. Good. There you go. Perfect. Now, if he has hip trouble, he may find this very difficult, but it's important to try. Now that's a great stabilization program, and that'll give you some real basics there to use in conjunction with all the other things you're doing in taking care of your back and being cautious. All right? Take care of your back and it'll take care of you.